de cette équipe du Cameroun qui pourrait faire belle figure ce soir. Je ne sais pas si c'est possible, si c'est possible avec vous, Wilson Mengo, les comprendre ce reportage de Gabriel Elon, si c'est possible.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be moving to our machines where we'll be having the report of the Super Falcons of Nigeria, how far they've gone onto this stage and equally, and how they are prepared to take on the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon, courtesy of our reporter Gabriel Elon.
Ce sera plus possible d'avoir Gabriel Elon parce qu'on a déjà les images en direct du stade à Douala. On a Brenda Tabé à l'écran, on a Annie Félix Nganembeng, Charlène Moyon, les Lions indomptables qui sont déjà préparés pour affronter donc cette équipe du Nigeria, les Super Falcons, qu'on a vu tout à l'heure en train de danser. Je suis sûre, moi, Winnie, Armande, que lorsque les Nigérianes arrivent au Cameroun, elles se disent on va aller manger ces lions. Mais est-ce que vous partagez ce point de vue?
Ben, écoutez, hein, vous savez que psychologiquement, les Super Falcons, elles se disent, elles ont toujours le dessus. Sur 11 rencontres, elles ont dominé 9 fois. Mais vous savez, il est temps que nos joueuses, les Lions indomptables, renverse la vapeur, comme vous avez dit, renverse cet ocre nigérien, parce que ça dure vraiment longtemps. Et on l'a vu, par exemple, à la CAN, elles nous ont sorti au Maroc au quart de finale, mais on pouvait. Elles étaient presque à genoux avant la fin de la rencontre. Heureusement qu'elles avaient mené. Mais pour dire que un match n'est pas gagné à l'avance. Moi, j'ai confiance. Il suffit que notre équipe soit vraiment bien en place et qu'elle sorte ce Hemley, qu'elle dise cette fois, c'est pour tout, c'est jamais, c'est plus cela. On va arrêter cette saignée et pourquoi pas, on peut renverser, on peut bien venir à bout de ce Nigeria.
Wilson Mengole, on a regardé le 11 entrant tout à l'heure que nous avons reçu il y a quelques minutes avec encore Mikaeli Bina au goal. On se rappelle que face à l'Ouganda, ça n'a pas vraiment été ça avec Mikaeli Bina, mais on espère que ce soir, ce sera peut-être différent. On a Colette Nzana à la défense avec Marianne et Inès Magué, Manbo Lamo, Mofomoto qui est donc la capitaine aujourd'hui, Ngokiango au milieu, Charlène Moyon, Naomi Eto, et à la pointe d'attaque, on a Flora Kameni qui est venue remplacer Chout Adjara qui est blessé. Après, on a Lamine Mana et Julie Nina Nkenke. Winnie Ngene, quand vous regardez ce 11 en train, est-ce qu'il vous inspire confiance?
À chaque fois que les joueuses sont sur le terrain, elles inspirent confiance. Mais déjà, il faut être réaliste. Réaliste parce que tu le disais tout à l'heure, Esther, elles ne viennent pas seulement psychologiquement prêtes, elles viennent même physiquement prêtes. Parce que quand on regarde la morphologie des Nigérianes, il faut dire waouh. À ça, on a du boulot. On a du boulot. Maintenant, c'est pas à nous, c'est pas à elles d'être psychologiquement prêtes, c'est à nous les Lions d'être psychologiquement prêtes. Parce que déjà, sachant qu'elles ont l'habitude de nous battre, il ne faut pas qu'elles viennent déjà avec un esprit diminué, avec un esprit faible, en sachant que peu importe l'issue de toutes les façons,
avec Assisate Choua, la
voilà,
avec la gardienne,
c'est compliqué. C'est très compliqué.
Des choses comme celle-là.
Il ne faut pas déjà qu'elles se disent que c'est un match joué à l'avance et gagné déjà. Elles doivent se dire, ok, c'est une nouvelle équipe qu'on a.
Je pense que là,
le Nigeria aussi est en reconstitution, comme le Cameroun.
Mais je pense, Winnie, que l'image qu'on nous faisait voir à l'instant, c'était pour nous dire que bientôt on va retrouver Edith Virginie Mbok et René Katché pour cette rencontre. Edith Virginie Mbok, Wilson Mengole et René Katché. Je ne sais pas si vous êtes avec nous, Edith Virginie Mbok, René Katché.
Edith Katché. Certainly, Edith Virginie Mbok and Rene Katché, they can get us over there in the nation's economic capital, Douala. The Super Falcons of Nigeria, they've soared over the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon 9 times in 11 outings. Yesterday, in a pre-match press conference, Jean-Baptiste Bissek said the match is going to play on the pitch and not on past records. What do you make of that, our son Chinio?
Motivational, psychological, boosting. If you're the coach, that's the best thing to tell your athletes because you know the adversary that you have in front of you. And then more to that fact, you're talking about a team that there are 4 clean sheets on games. You're talking about Nigeria. The last 4 games they've won. And if you look at every position, every compartment of that team, be it at the defensive, at the midfield, or at the offensive compartment, they have certain, characteristics players with very good individuality. Now, in our team, do we have that? I'm a bit concerned because Shooter Jara is not there. Is Kamini going to be able to do the job?
To rise onto the occasion?
Exactly, to rise up to the occasion. That is another doubt. And then more to that fact, you talk about Abudu Ngeni. She's carrying the weight today. And you know, that is the star player that Nigeria is going to be watching today.
Yeah,
but I'm hoping in the goalpost, the goalkeeper that we have today should be mentally strong
and prepared.
I'm hoping that we have a female version of a Fabrice Onwa in the goalpost today. Because I can guarantee the Nigeria attack line is a machine.
Okay, Antoinette, we've seen that this current team is a blend of the old guards and equally those made up of the younger generation, the youthful exuberance, taking players from the Guinness Super League. Those players from the Guinness Super League, how is the level of our local football here of the Super League that they take players from the Super League to match up the Super Falcons of Nigeria?
Oui, effectivement, on a un bon championnat. On a de bons jeux de la Guinness Super League qui y sont, comme Flora Kameni qui est venue en dernière minute et qui est titulaire. Ça me rappelle aussi.
Maguinès également.
Exactement. Voilà. Donc vous voyez qu'on a un bon championnat. Il y a les Nganamben, il y a
Mbele, Antoinette.
Voilà, et Naomi qui vous vous rappelez les U20. C'est quand même la
capitaine.
La capitaine. Et ce sont des joueuses que les Super Falcons ne connaissent pas beaucoup.
Tout à fait.
Et notre réussite, ou alors ça pourrait venir de ces jeunes joueuses qui rentrent dans cette équipe et qui sont performantes, qui veulent tout donner. Et il faut justement, comme on dit, les mettre en confiance.
Justement, Armand, je pense qu'on va retrouver Edith Virginie Bock et René Katché pour le commentaire en direct de cette rencontre Cameroun-Nigeria. Edith Virginie Bock, René Katché, si vous nous écoutez, à vous. On n'a pas encore le commentaire de Edith Virginie Bock, mais là on a déjà en image ces filles déjà très préparées pour affronter les Nigérianes avec les supporters.
Les spectateurs, très peu nombreux dans cette enceinte du stade de la réunification de Bepata puissent rentrer avec le sourire. Le Cameroun a rendez-vous avec l'histoire sur ses bases. Et les filles sont plus que jamais déterminées à renverser le géant nigérien aujourd'hui dans cette enceinte où le Cameroun a très peu perdu.
Your Excellencies,
And in a moment from now, we shall be having the national anthems of the two teams, Cameroon and Nigeria.
for the national anthem.
We begin with the national anthem of the Republic of Nigeria.
Côté nigérien. Et maintenant, les Lions indomptables, l'hymne du Cameroun.
Cameroon, proud to be a Cameroonian this evening at the Reunification Stadium. An expression of unprecedented patriotism, which of course is striding the atmosphere right here at the Bepanda of the Sports Stadium from these Cameroonian supporters as the two teams exchange pre-match pleasantries. The indomitable lionesses of Cameroon, like you rightly said, it have, of course, they have a date with history with coach Jean-Baptiste Bissek, starting 11 that features a blend of experience and skill with key players in each position. The experimental attack trio of Lamin Manang, Kenke Julinina and Flora Kameni aims to create opportunities supported by a solid midfield and defensive unit. In defense, the goalkeeper Katibina provides a reliable line of defense which comprises Mage Marian Ines and Elian Mambolambo Bodolo in central axis, Falon Mefumetu as right back and Colette Njana as left back. In midfield, ladies and gentlemen, Monique Ngok Yango, Eto and Shalen Meyong are on the starting block. Together, they strive to secure victory and pave the way for Olympic qualification right here, or beginning right here at the Reunification Stadium. Edit.
Eh bien, c'est parti avec un Nigérien habillé aux couleurs inhabituelles. Voici l'équipe du Nigeria, les Super Falcons. Et bien sûr, le quatuor arbitral aujourd'hui.
From Uganda.
Venu de l'Ouganda, bien sûr, avec Shamira à la manette. Alors qu'on va découvrir l'équipe nigériane, Nandozie, la gardienne, Oale Osinachi. À l'audier, Michel Plumtré. Il y a également Michel Alozier, on l'a dit, Alima Touaïnde, Christy Ocheibe, Deborah Abiodun, Rachidat Adjibade, ce nom, il faudra bien le retenir, René Kaché-Echou. Il y a aussi Assissat Ochoala et puis Tony Penn. Voilà l'équipe qui va affronter celle des Lions indomptables du Cameroun. Voilà Adjibade, dossard numéro 15, capitaine aujourd'hui. Et on pourrait bien se demander après que Ebi Onome a laissé le brassard. On s'attendait à voir peut-être Assissat Ochoala, pourquoi pas.
Yeah.
Eh bien, c'est la plus jeune Rachidat Adjibade.
Well, Nigeria women have drawn 5 of their last 10 matches, while Cameroon have drawn 2 of their last 11. The Nigerians who have drawn 4 of their last 6 matches on the road. And of course they did. I think it is quite commendable that Cameroon haven't considered doing their most recent 3 home matches, especially here at the Reunification Stadium. Meanwhile, Nigeria have considered only 1 goal in their last 3 games. And Cameroon overturning a 2-goal deficit in the previous qualifying round after suffering a 2-0 loss to Uganda in the first leg. The indomitable Lionesses bouncing back with a 3-0 victory and of course booking a mouth-watering clash with the Super Falcons of Nigeria that begins right here with this first leg qualifying match of the 3rd round to the 2024 Olympic Games slated out there in Paris, France. They must begin, the indomitable Lionesses, by hoping that something positive can come out from this one. They have the propensity, they have everything it takes in order to get something positive out from this one, right here in the Elim.JO at the Reunification Stadium.
Allez, c'est parti donc pour les 45 premières minutes de cette confrontation entre les Lions indomptables du Cameroun et les Nigérianes, actuellement à la manette avec Osinachi Oale qui a retrouvé sa gardienne Nandozie. Prolongement et puis on va changer également de côté, ça circule assez bien au niveau de la défense. Les Nigérianes qui jouent encore seulement en défense avec ce ballon en profondeur qui est déjà sorti. Il était adressé à Demein. Et ce sera une rentrée de touche pour les Camerounaises. Et voilà les Camerounaises. Non, ballon pour la tête de Demein justement. Allez, Charlène Meillon avec Diana Colette qui va rentrer et tenter de mettre à mal cette défense des Super Falcons. Ballon toujours camerounais avec Grace Ngok Nyango qui a écarté davantage. Et ça va revenir dans le camp des Lions indomptables du Cameroun. Et justement pour une rentrée de touche.
The Indomitable Lionesses will need a tremendous amount of physical presence to be able to contain this very, very creative Nigerian side, who are also very, very, very physical, like this physical duel on that Nigerian who is lying prostrate to the green for its player.
C'est une faute commise sur
Ochebe Christie.
Bien sûr.
Ochebe Christie, who was shoved on that one. That was a real physical presence there. And this is exactly what the Indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon are going to have to need throughout this contest if they must be able to contain this Nigerian side. A free kick executed inside the Cameroon territory, and the ball goes out of touch for what will be a throw-in call to be executed by Plum Tire, who plies a trade out there in Saudi Arabia, just like Elim.JO Ajara, who unfortunately couldn't make this double duel against the Super Falcons of Nigeria due to injury.
C'est l'une des plus grandes absences de ce match. Elim.JO Ajara, il faut d'ailleurs dire que côté Cameroun, il y en a beaucoup. Il y a également la jeune Monique Ngok qui n'est pas là justement. Et ça fait beaucoup pour le Cameroun qui perd 2 grands cadres, sans oublier les autres bien sûr. Mais en tout cas, comme l'a dit la capitaine Fallon Mefometou, eh bien toutes celles qui sont sur le terrain sont prêtes à relever le défi qui s'offre à elles. Allez, ballon pour Magué qui va retrouver Mikaela Bihina avec Geno, plutôt Mambolambo. Long ballon dans le camp pour la tête de Payne. Et ce sera une rentrée de touche pour les Lions indomptables du Cameroun.
Throw in taken, picked up there by the Nigerians. Plumped out with that deflection, cleared out of the Nigerian zone. A tossable possession there, and of course the Indomitable Lionesses physically present in this first 5 minutes of the encounter, as Africa's best goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie gets the ball, swings it across the median, heads go high, and of course the Indomitable Lionesses gain possession of that one with a physical presence of Captain Fallon Mefometou. The Indomitable Lionesses controlling now from their own half of the field of play. A beautiful display there over the halfway line, and it goes on to the waiting legs of goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie, who was in the press conference, pre-match press conference yesterday, was talking about the readiness of a team to try as much as they can to get at least a draw here. And this could be very interesting now for the Cameroonians. But that one goes out of touch, or was going to be a throw-in in favor of the Indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon.
J'ai beaucoup admiré la concentration et puis la détermination qu'il y avait dans le regard de Chiamaka Nadozie, la gardienne du Nigeria. Ce sont des filles qui ne sont pas venues en balade de santé au Cameroun.
Absolutely not.
Et qui vont tout faire aujourd'hui pour arracher la décision. C'est aux Lions indomptables de faire le match.
And it is not just attacking players, Virginie, who score goals at club levels for the Indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon. Somebody like Elian Mambolambo Bodolo, whom you saw a few moments ago, of course, has been very, very useful for our club side against Nigeria tonight. The solution could come from the defense, why not? Elian Mambolambo Bodolo, who demonstrated last weekend at club level when she played a part in her Oriensis team's 6-1 win over Benfica. Of course, it was a fine performance from the robust central defender whose kicks on several occasions helped her side out of complicated situations. There is surely going to be a spark right here at the Reunification Stadium with a presence here. As we take you back onto the field of play, the Nigerians in control of the ball, not for so long. picked up there by the indomitable Lionesses, who got dispossessed of that one by the Nigerians.
Regardez comment elles explosent lorsqu'elles ont le ballon, les Nigérianes, qui vont aller à l'abordage maintenant avec la capitaine Adjibade. Ballon récupéré par Magué. Magué qui a cherché sa partenaire sans succès, Mambo Lambo. Attention à ce genre d'erreur. Le retour de Fallon Mofemetou qui va chasser. Et Ngok Yango pour également remettre le jeu. On a changé le côté. Njana Colette avec c'est Nke Kenina. Julinke qui n'a pas réussi à garder le ballon pour les Lions indomptables. La récupération de Charlène Meillon, mais pas pour longtemps.
Charlène Meillon, who is one of the leaders, of the technical leaders of this team. I'm talking about the present crop of indomitable Lionesses. Charlène, who has had a couple of African tournaments, 2 already, and of course she was part of the team that played the 2018 Kosafa Women's Cup and appeared in the final, but unfortunately were beaten by South Africa. The indomitable Lionesses in control inside their own territory. Maggie, who plies her trade for Amazon Fab, plays with goalkeeper Bina Mikaela, who plays a club football with Racing Power FC out there in Portugal. The indomitable Lionesses are going to have to be very careful with this very, very intelligent and technical Nigerian side. The referee saw that one, and of course it's going to be a free kick call in favor of the indomitable Lionesses.
Ah oui, c'est Rachida Tadjibade qui a poussé Fallon Mofemetou.
Yeah.
On revoit la faute. Bien joué et bien vu de la part de l'arbitre sous le regard de l'entraîneur Jean-Baptiste Bissek. Il aura beaucoup à faire aujourd'hui parce qu'il faudra beaucoup parler à ces éléments face à cette équipe nigériane. Bon ballon pour Colette Njana qui va trouver
Beautiful.
Julinke. Le centre est parti dans les bras de Chiamaka Nandozier.
Indeed, I just love the way Charlène Meillon put that ball right into the legs of her teammate Nkenke Julie Nina. Of course, we know that Charlène Meillon is gaining in confidence. The midfielder who opened her goal account last weekend on the 12th day of the French Women's Division 1 Championship as the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon outmuscled the Nigerians on that one. Around the median, a back pass of the ball there, the Cameroonians trying to get their identity in this contest, just like the Nigerians. It's going to be a throw-in call now to the indomitable, or rather to the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And that one is going to be done by Alozie Michel, who plays a club football out there in the United States of America. Throw-in.
Michel Alozie,
Yep.
qui est l'une des joueuses binationales de cette équipe et qui va également apporter beaucoup à cette formation nigériane. Et là, c'est Tony Penn qui a été puni et rentrée de touche bien négociée par les Lions indomptables du Cameroun. Et cette fois, ce sera une deuxième tentative pour Colette Njana et les siennes. Déjà 10 minutes dans cette confrontation. Et les deux équipes toujours à égalité. C'est le Nigeria qui va finalement avoir le ballon.
Well, the indomitable Lionesses, who represented Africa at the 2012 Olympics in London, boast of a determined squad seeking global relevance once more. And this is the squad that's going to have to make Cameroonians dream of another Olympics participation. And this time around is going to be out there in Paris. We know that they were present for the World Cup in Paris. I'm talking about the last but one World Cup, which was hosted by France. The Cameroonians in control now. Inside the last third of the Nigerians. A long kick of a ball. Unfortunately, the referee sounds a whistle for an infringement call.
C'était bien joué de la part de Nina Kenke. On revoit
That
le
was
centre de Nina. Et il y a eu cette tête manquée, hein? On va le dire.
Lamine Mana couldn't.
Exactement.
She couldn't go before plumb tire on that one. Unfortunately, with that free kick, and the Nigerians now controlling from their own backyard. Goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie strikes the long one. Picked up there by the Cameroonians. Beautiful display there from Eto. Unfortunately, the one goes out of touch. Throw into Alozie Michel as the Cameroonian bench watches on. Throw in executed. Modin Gokyango heads that one out. Another throw in for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Grace Ngokyango rather. Another throw in to the Super Falcons. Alozie, a long one. Another throw in.
Faut pas les laisser gagner du terrain.
Absolutely.
Faut aller les chercher assez haut. Même si c'est là une rentrée de touche. Bien exécutée par le Nigeria. Avec la défense de Eliane Mambolambo.
The Cameroonians are going to have to fall back for this
Il faut
defensive
sortir
choice.
de cet endroit.
Yeah.
Bien joué de la part de, j'allais dire, Ndjoaeto. Et c'est toujours le Cameroun qui va essayer de défendre ce ballon du Nigeria. Ballon récupéré sous les applaudissements du public. Bien reçu, nous sommes dans l'entrejeu, il faut aller chercher. Attention, c'est passé à côté, mais c'était bien joué. La belle intention de Charlène Meillon, que voici. Et là,
I was talking about Charlène Meillon. Her club Start the Rams may have lost to Saint-Etienne by 3-4, but the former Louvre Prof captain played the entire game and was quick to score in that contest. And she has been very, very decisive so far for the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon in this first quarter of the game against the Super Falcons of Nigeria. A beautiful close mark there against Lamina Assisa Toshwala. As the Cameroonians are going to have to defend now against that throw from Nigeria. Alozie, the throw-in specialist, is going to be in charge of that one now. As she finds her teammates, takes her time, sends a shot throw. She sends a shot throw to Abiodun Deborah. A long kick of a ball, and the one goes out of the field of play for what's going to be a goal kick in favor of the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon.
sortie de but pour les Camerounaises. Et Mikaela Bina qui a joué du pied. Magué qui va jouer avec Kolenzana. Kolenzana qui revient vers sa gardienne. Mambolamo maintenant. Et avec Charlène Meillon justement. Charlène bien ceinturée là par Rachidat Hachibade.
That was an intelligent play there from Charlène Meillon. It speaks volume of her experience. Remember, she was one of the players who were present in the 2016 Africa Cup of Nations hosted by Cameroon for the indomitable Lionesses. And of course, she's going to have to transcend her tremendous amount of experience against the Super Falcons of Nigeria, who are in control of the ball. And this is the Mehin Oluwaton. The Nigerians now in control. A beautiful one there. But the Cameroonians recuperated that one now with Magim Miriam. Unfortunately, There was a deflection, and of course, it's going to be a throw-in call to the Super Falcons of Nigeria. She wanted to intelligently play. I'm talking about that player for the Indomitable Lionesses, but unfortunately...
Elles vont généralement deux sur la joueuse.
Yeah.
Ça n'offre pas beaucoup d'opportunités aux Camerounaises. Et jusque-là, le score est toujours de 0-0 après 16 minutes. Alors que les Nigérianes, avec la capitaine Ajibade, vont tenter de remonter le tonnerre et le terrain. Bien joué de la part de Elim.JO qui va chercher la profondeur en direction de Nina Nke. C'est pas passé. Plomberie pour les Super Falcons.
Oh là là.
Et maintenant, cette ouverture vers Oshuala, il faut sortir, c'est bien joué. Attention à ce genre d'erreur. René Kaché.
Yeah.
Elle va très vite déjà. Assisat Oshuala.
That explains why she's the best on the African continent. Lamina Assisat Oshuala. You're going to have to keep a close mark on her, a close watch on her. Because at any moment, she could loosen up and of course, or she could lose up and of course punish the Indomitable Lionesses defense. But for now, the Cameroonians have been keeping their calm. Offside ball against the Super Falcons of Nigeria, who have been on fire lately, ladies and gentlemen, winning 3 matches in a row, and they are currently on a 4-match unbeaten run, with Randy Wildrum's troops scoring a whopping 11 goals in their last 3 matches, conceding just once. That was a beautiful move there from the goalkeeper of the Lionesses, Bina Michaela, who plays club football out there with Racing Power in Portugal. The Cameroonians cleared their defense line, not for so long, picked up there by the Nigerians, and that was a beautiful display there. Fantastic defensive chore there from the Cameroonians. And around the center circle now, the Indomitable Lionesses controlling. Beautiful display there from Charlene Mayong. This could be very interesting for the Cameroonians. The referee's flag is up, is down. Unfortunately, the referee's flag was down. And the central referee calls for a continuation of the game. And the Indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon have lost that one. And it's going to be an offside ball call against the Super Falcons of Nigeria, against Lamina Assisat Oshuala.
Et là encore, on échappe de peu. Heureusement, la défense était bien alignée parce que Assisat Oshuala avait déjà récupéré, regardez.
They have to be very careful with the last third of the Nigerians. I'm talking about...
C'était limite.
The defenders of the Indomitable Lionesses. She is very, very intelligent. Each time she knows that Alozie is with the ball, she controls the last defenders of the Indomitable Lionesses. I'm talking about the experienced Lamina Assisat Oshuala. And so the Cameroonians are going to have to be very, very intelligent playing against Oshuala. That explains why she's the best on the African continent.
Rester très, très vigilant. Très vigilant parce que il n'y a pas que Assisat Oshuala. La capacité technique de Ajibade et de toutes celles qui sont dans l'entrejeu constitue un véritable danger pour les Lions indomptables du Cameroun.
Toss for possession there between Magé and Oshuala. The Nigerians come up victorious on that one. Beautiful around the center circle now. The Nigerians with Ajibade. She has 2 persons to beat. The Cameroonians must be very, very vigilant. Beautiful display there from goalkeeper Bina Michaela. Beautiful, beautiful from the Cameroonians so far. In terms of defensive chores, the defensive line control there by Eliane Mambolambo Bodolo, who plays for Atletico Oriens in France. Tremendous amount of experience. And that is going to have to transcend here against the Super Falcons, who are in control of the ball around the center circle now. Ball to Ajibade. She calls for teammates to come get the ball, come get the ball. Plunter. What is she going to do? A toss for possession there. Plays back with Ajibade. Picked up there by Payne Antoinette. And the Cameroonians clear their vital zone.
C'était la tête de Nzanato Colette en direction de Nina Nké qui a cherché, bien entendu, Flora Kameni. Ça va pas donner, mais c'est plutôt une faute commise sur la Nigériane. Il s'agit là de Michel Alosier. On revoit.
They will have to control and manage their physical endurance capacity. I'm talking about the Cameroonians. The Nigerians are very physical. And so they too will have to be physical. But of course, while doing that, they have to manage their endurance capacity because the match is still very much as the Nigerians in control now. Not for so long, picked up there.
Mal joué de la part de Tresgo Nyango en ouverture sur Ninanke. Et le ballon qui sort au profit du Nigeria, qui va opérer une énième rentrée de touche. Ouale avec très loin derrière sa partenaire qui va remonter quelque peu le terrain.
Osenachi. Plumtire. And the ball goes out of touch. It's going to be a throw in. Well, 9 times African champions Nigeria are obviously in Douala, Cameroon to continue their phase of their chase for a ticket to the Women's Olympic Football Tournament. After 16 years of absence, the tournament, after, of course, you remember that their journey to London 2012 was halted by the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon in a penalty shootout, while Equatorial Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire dashed their hopes for Rio 2016 and Tokyo 2020, respectively. And after this double clash between Cameroon and Nigeria, a victory for any of these two sides will pit them against another contender in 2 months. Well, Edith, the journey to Paris is still long, and the journey is still rough.
Très long. Et encore une ouverture. Heureusement, Michaela Bibina était là. Bien suivi. Le chemin est vraiment très long. Il y a encore un autre tour au cas où les Camerounaises venaient à se qualifier.
Yeah, and that's going to be in 2 months' time.
Exactement. C'est pas encore le cas pour l'instant. Il faut bien négocier cette manche aller face aux Super Falcons du Nigeria. Ballon pour le Cameroun qui a bénéficié d'une rentrée de touche sous le regard de Jean-Baptiste Bissek qui n'a cessé de parler à ses joueurs depuis le début de cette confrontation. Fallon Mefumetu pour exécuter cette rentrée de touche et la tête de Plumtire pour une deuxième tentative côté Cameroun. La voilà Plumtire, dossard numéro 4, l'une des binationales de cette équipe nigériane, née aux États-Unis et qui aujourd'hui défend les couleurs du Nigeria. Grâce Gongyango à la bataille avec Ajibalde. Et le dernier mot pour la Nigériane qui va retrouver dans l'entrejeu sa partenaire. Changement de côté avec des Nigérianes très en attaque, très en forme, il faut le dire. Johnny Payne, mais également Alima Touaïndé.
But what I think the Cameroonians have been able to hold their breath for 25 minutes already. Like I said, they have everything it takes to be able to get something out of this one. Remember that they are one of the giants of African football when it comes to the women folk. That was a real toss-up of possession there. A real toss-up of possession between Payne, Antoinette, and of course Ngok Yango. 25 or 26 minutes already. 0 for Cameroon, 0 for Nigeria. And if you're just tuning in, you're watching CRTV Sports and Entertainment. And this is the first leg, third round qualifier to the 2024 Olympic Games slated for Paris in France. It is 0 for Cameroon, 0 for Nigeria. And the Cameroonians with that close mark there, picked up there by the Nigerians. Ohale Mavis plays with Ajibade. At that far left, the Cameroonians marking vigorously inside the 6-yard area, cleared out of a vital zone for the indomitable Lionesses. Beautiful display there, with applause from the Cameroonian supporters right here at the Reunification Stadium. Fantastic display from this far right. What is she going to do? Picked up there.
Oui, c'est fait. Leslie.JO pour le Cameroun avec Ninanke. Pour qui? Pour personne, malheureusement. Et ce sont les Super Falcons avec Ajibade qui ont joué dans l'intervalle. Attention à ce ballon. Heureusement, il n'a pas pu trouver Assissa de Chouala. Et ça va remonter côté Cameroun. Rasgorniago, c'était chaud. Dans le camp camerounais. Ninanke maintenant. Avec Flora Kameni qui a été mise de côté par Ohale. Ce qui va permettre au Nigeria de se dégager tout naturellement. Ballon bien contrôlé par la capitaine Ajibade qui a trouvé sa partenaire Christy Osheibe. Golentana pour le Cameroun. Il faut aller titiller cette défense du Nigeria. Le centre est parti pour l'amorti de Charlène Meillon. Plutôt Flora Kamni, maintenant c'est Charlène. On a quelque peu calmé, hein.
And here comes Fallon. She plays with Meyong. Fallon, beautifully tipped there by Fallon Mufumetu. A long one up front. Beautiful display. Interesting now for the Cameroonians. At that far right, what is she going to do? Grace Ngokyango. It's going to be a throw-in call in favor of the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon. The Cameroonians who have struggled in front of goal, failing to score in 2 of their last 3 matches, looking for their first goal in 3 matches. And they are right here at the Reunification Stadium, benefiting from Titanic home support. A corner kick to be executed by Fallon, or rather a throw-in to be executed by Fallon Mufumetu. She quickly does so. Deflected there. Another corner of throw-in as the Nigerian bench watches on. Captain Ajibade on that deflection there. Another throw-in in favor of the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon. The indomitable Lionesses, who have not been particularly consistent in recent months, haven't suffered 3 losses in their last 5 matches across all competitions, with just 2 wins inside the 18-yard area. Toss up a possession. Griffith says it's going to be a Nigerian free kick. There was a handball call there against Flora Kameni, who plays football with FCA Bolova in the Guinness Women's Super League. As we play into the 30th minute of this encounter, it is still 0 goal on either side. A beautiful header there from the Cameroonian midfield, and that was Ngok. The Nigerians in control, trying to organize from their own half of the field of play. Picked up there by Captain Ajibade with beautiful, tantalizing dribbling qualities. She plays on to Antoinette, but unfortunately recuperated by the Cameroonians. Not for so long. The Cameroonians have been dispossessed of that one. The Nigerians now playing quickly with Assissa Toshwala. A long one there. What is she going to do? She picked that one. And of course the Cameroonian defense with Mambo Lambo Bodolo was right there. Edith Virginie-Mbok.
Elle a bien lu. Très bonne lecture de la part de Eliane Mambo-Lambo qui est rapidement venue à la rescousse de la gardienne. Parce qu'il fallait quelqu'un pour assurer la couverture à ce niveau. Ça a été fait. Et ça permet aux 2 équipes, puisque nous abordons la 30e minute, d'être à égalité parfaite 0-0. Ce sera un corner pour le Nigeria. Après ce ballon dégagé, on revoit ce ballon de Magué qu'il enlève des pieds d'Assissat Oshoala. Corner pour le Nigeria.
The most closely marked now, talking about the Cameroonians. Goalkeeper Bihina Mikaeli positioning and repositioning her teammates as Pin Antoinette was born on the 22nd of April 2003 is going to execute that free kick now. A long one, rather corner kick. Beautiful, fantastic.
C'est tout le stade qui s'est levé pour applaudir ce geste de Michaela. On revoit ce corner de Tony Penn est comme un char.
And this is definitely going to give her plenty of confidence going forward in this contest.
Ah oui, ça rassure, c'est une prise de balle qui donne confiance.
Yeah. Well, it is a Cameroonian team that is radiating confidence so far. If they have held the Super Falcons right to this stage of this contest, they can do it. I'm talking about the Cameroonians. The Joes are going to have to manage that bag of energy and oxygen, because the Nigerians could be very, 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 very complicated to play against in the second segment of the game. And so the Cameroonians will have to manage their oxygen. And there's going to be a free kick call in favor of the Super Falcons. That was a tussle there, and the referee blows in favor of the Super Falcons. And that was Uchebe Christie. Michel Dozier plays with goalkeeper Chiamaka. Chiamaka plays with that was Uchebe Christie. A long kick of the ball inside the Cameroonian territory, picked up there by goalkeeper Bihina. She quickly plays with Shalen Meyong. Shalen Meyong, fantastic there. And that ball cruises over the halfway line. She beautifully plays with Flora Kameni. Flora Kameni now. A long kick of the ball. Unfortunately, there was a deflection there from Alozier. And it's going to be a Cameroonian throw in. And the coach Jean-Baptiste Bissek trying to reposition his players there. Beautiful Flora. The Nigerians have cleared their vital zone with captain Ajibade.
Attention, il y a Blomtaï qui est parti. Heureusement, elle n'a pas le réflexe des attaquantes. Ça aurait été assez difficile pour les Camerounaises. Diana Colette qui a tenté de prolonger vers Nina. Magué.
I just love her confidence, Diana Colette. She plays.
Oui, c'est une fille suffisamment technique. Hein?
Yeah, and she plays with Start Rams. We have two Start Rams players on the pitch for Cameroon. I'm talking about Diana Colette and of course Shalen Meyong.
Avec Monique, hein? Monique Ngok qui n'est quand même pas là aujourd'hui. C'est vrai, ils sont deux sur le terrain.
Yeah, Colin Jana and Shalen Meyong, who both ply their trade with French outfit Stade Rem. Goalkeeper Bihina. She strikes a long one over the halfway line. And there's going to be a toss-up of possession there between those two. That's Plumtire who succeeds to put that ball just on the leg. There was a deflection there from that Cameroonian, and that's why it's going to be a throw-in call in favor of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Throw-in quickly taken. The Super Falcons controlling from their own half, and the referee says it's going to be another throw-in, and the Cameroonian public is not very happy with that decision. They thought that there was a deflection there from that Nigerian player that led to that ball go out of touch. Well, the referee has the eyes of the eagle. The referee is the ultimate judge, and the referee has decided otherwise. It's going to be a free kick in favor of the Super Falcons. Free kick to be executed by Dehimen Oluwatsoni.
En direction de sa gardienne Nandozier. Nandozier avec Ohale. Ohale. On rentre côté gauche de la défense nigériane. Ballon maintenant pour Ajibade qui est venu le récupérer. Et voici Tony Penn face à Colette Nzana. Tony Penn qui garde le ballon. Le centre est parti pour la tête de Magué.
I think the Cameroonians are going to have to close up the midfield a little bit. We've seen the Nigerians who...
Elles sont quasi, je vais dire, supérieures au niveau de l'entrejeu.
Yeah.
Elles savent se retrouver, les Nigérianes. Mais en tout cas, pour l'instant, ça marche côté Cameroun. Il faudra juste chercher les bons espaces, les bons les intervalles qu'il faut pour pouvoir les mettre en difficulté.
Absolutely. Just like this one. That's going to go out of touch. Was going to be a throw into Cameroon. That was intelligently played there by Demehen Oluwatosin. Oluwatosin, who was born on the 13th of March 2002. Also a very young player who has been drafted into this Super Falcon side to ensure that Nigeria, of course, have what it takes to be able to get something out of this one around the 18-yard era of the Super Falcons of Nigeria, the Cameroonians. And that was a bicycle kick there from the Cameroonian player, but unfortunately, it couldn't go to the desired destination.
Bien joué de la part de Colette Nzana.
Yeah, it's going to be a throw-in call in favor of the Indomitable Lionesses. And that throw-in quickly taken. The Cameroonians on that advantage. Is going to be a handball call against the Super Falcons.
Et elles ont voulu aller vite. Heureusement,
Yeah.
Chamira a très bien suivi. Et c'est un coup franc pour les Lions indomptables du Cameroun. Déjà 37 minutes disputées dans cette confrontation. Les deux équipes sont à égalité, 0 but partout. Match aller du 3e tour éliminatoire des Jeux Olympiques Paris 2024. Et le ballon maintenant pour les Nigérianes au aller.
Hugely experienced, and she was present in
Ah oui,
Cameroun
c'est
in
l'une des plus
2016.
anciennes de cette équipe.
Yeah, Mavis Ohale.
Elles sont, je crois, 3-4.
Yeah.
Et si on ajoute Assista Dochoala, ça va faire maximum 5.
Absolutely.
Parce que Adjibade, c'est depuis 2 ans qu'on la retrouve dans cette équipe. Elle a été surclassée il y a 2 ans justement.
Yeah.
Et c'était à l'occasion de la Coupe UFOA.
So one of the oldest
Disputée en
and one
Côte d'Ivoire.
of the oldest and one of the most experienced in this Nigerian side.
Elle est truffée d'expérience,
Yeah.
malgré son jeune âge. Hein.
Mavis Ohale. The Cameroonians trying to get something from that one. That was a beautiful one. Woo-hoo. That was a real try there from Shalen Mayong. And she took goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie by surprise with that fantastic shot
Cette
there.
action, on voit
Just from the arch of the box. And Chiamaka Nadozie was forced to stretch her rib cage in order to take that one out of her cage.
René Katché, la courbe de ce ballon. Moi, de là où j'étais, franchement, je ne savais pas que ça prendrait la direction des buts. Heureusement, Chiamaka Nandozie est restée vigilante. Et ce sera un corner pour le Cameroun. On espère que une fois qu'on a pu secouer cette défense, on pourra trouver très rapidement le chemin de vie. Attention à ce ballon. C'est pas fini pour le Cameroun. Colette Nzana. Ah, cette fois, c'est la bonne. Les Nigérians peuvent respirer.
And that was the real first action in this contest from a Cameroonian perspective and equally from Nigerian perspective.
Exactement.
That was a real audacious chip there from Shalen Mayong, so to speak.
Il faut oser.
They're going to have to
prendre des
continue to
risques.
try like this. They must continue to try like this with shots from considerable distance like the one we saw from Shalen. Could just surprise goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie. And back onto the field of play. Plum Kaya now at that far left. A long strike cleared out by Fallon. That was rather Mambolambo Bodolo Elian. The Nigerians trying to organize around the center circle. Not for so long. Toss of a possession there. The Nigerians get control of that one with Ajibade, who decided to play back to Ayinde Halimatu. She plays with Payne Antoinette. Around the halfway line, the Nigerians controlling. A back pass. Played back to Abiodun Deborah. The experience, hugely experienced Mavis gets that one now. And here comes Payne Antoinette. Payne Antoinette beautifully controls and plays.
Attention, il faut pas la laisser.
Beautiful, beautiful from goalkeeper Bihina Mikaeli.
Jusque-là, les Camerounais se sont très bien comportés avec une défense qui sait se regrouper de temps en temps, même si les Nigérianes ont à chaque fois trouvé des éléments, des astuces pour créer des espaces et pouvoir placer quelques attaques. Jean-Baptiste Bissek, lui, veille au grain avec ses joueuses sur le terrain. Je pense qu'il faut leur parler comme il le fait.
Yeah.
Il faut leur parler, et beaucoup leur parler d'ailleurs, parce que face à une équipe nigériane,
Beautiful
plus fait
from Fallon.
d'expérience.
Yeah, and Fallon is not happy because she had to get, you know, support from the number 8 of the Indomitable Lionesses.
Inanke.
Yeah, from Kenke. But she was nowhere to be found, and Fallon was all alone, and she had no other choice than putting that one out of touch. And this could be very interesting now from the Nigerians. Picked up there by goalkeeper. Fantastic communication there between the goalkeeper and Elian Mambulambo Bodolo. This is how they're going to have to continue playing the Cameroonian defense.
Et oui,
I just love the communication. The communication is flowing between.
je pense que ce sera la clé de ce match aujourd'hui.
Yeah,
Si les Lions réussissent à rester aussi concentrés,
Yeah.
si elles réussissent à se parler, à communiquer, à se comprendre à partir des gestes, il y a beaucoup de choses qui peuvent se passer.
and communication has 95% to do that for the Cameroonians,
Vous le dites.
who are in control of the ball. Flora Kamini, a long strike inside the 18-yard area, cleared out of the danger zone of the Nigerians. Toss of a possession there. The Cameroonians get control of that one. Beautiful display there. Beautiful Shalen. Beautiful play there. Unfortunately,
Je pense que c'était Flora Kamni.
Flora Kamini was out also on that one. A beautiful one inside the 18-yard area. And that one goes out of the touchline.
Ah,
Or
c'est
rather,
applaudi, hein?
it goes out of the
C'était bien joué.
baseline. Go over the baseline for what's going to be.
La
A
voilà
corner
Flora
kick.
Kameni.
There was a deflection, right? And so it's a corner kick for Cameroon
Tout à fait.
with Mavis Ohale telling her teammates to be alert because the Cameroonians are preparing something very, very tricky with this corner kick now.
Il
And the
faut qu'elle
Cameroonian
perde de
crowd
confiance.
all on its feet shouting for that goal to come in inside the 18-yard area. But the ball has been cleared out of a vital zone, unfortunately, by the Nigerians. And that one goes out of the baseline for what's going to be a goal kick in favor of goalkeeper Anno
Nandozier.
Dozier Chiamaka.
Alors que Colenzana va rentrer dans sa base pour défendre son camp. Les Nigérianes sur le ballon avec la capitaine Adibade Rachidat, la joueuse de l'Atlético Madrid.
Yeah.
Elle qui fait les merveilles alors que Charlène Meillon.
We used to play with Lamina Sisato Shwala in the Spanish La Liga, but Lamina Sisato Shwala moved over to the American League.
Ah oui, elle est partie, c'est vrai.
Yeah, and here she
Attention,
is.
la voilà, Ochoala, le centre,
Beautiful.
à négocier.
Well, the Nigerians won the last 3 encounters between these two sides. I'm talking about Cameroon versus Nigeria. Without conceding any goals, they won 5 of their last 6 clashes with Cameroon, keeping 5 clean sheets in the process. And we know that the Super Falcons didn't have too much trouble dispatching Cape Verde and Ethiopia in the previous rounds. They crushed through a comfortable 5-0 victory at home against Ethiopia, followed by a 2-1 win in the second leg. And here they are against the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon, who have always been a bone to their throat.
Ce match est loin d'avoir livré tous ses secrets. Et vous faites bien de revenir sur ces phases de qualification sur les matchs antérieurs qu'a livré le Nigeria. Un peu pour dire que même s'il a remporté beaucoup de victoires, eh bien, il y a des pays qui ont également refusé de se faire battre.
Absolutely. But let's not forget that the Cameroonians are playing under a different coach. They are playing under the technical guidance of a different person in charge of the technical, overseeing of affairs. I'm talking about Jean-Baptiste Bissek, who yesterday in the pre-match press conference was very, very confident and optimistic that the Cameroonians can actually get something out from this one as we head into the last second of the injury or the additional time. And the referee is going to sound her whistle any moment from now for an end of this first section of the game.
Terminé.
And yes, she does. Well, the Cameroonians have been able to hold their breath for 45 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, right here at the Reunification Stadium. They have expressed themselves and they have demonstrated mettle. They have demonstrated a tremendous amount of mental toughness against the best on the African continent. I'm talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria, who are 9 times African champions. The Cameroonians have what it takes to be able to get something out of this one. I'll continue to repeat.
Le Nigeria est peut-être une très bonne équipe.
Frustration from the countenance of Asisa Doshwala. She knows that she is in front of a well-placed, a technically well-placed Cameroonian side. Look at her, Lamina Shisha Toshwala. She's not happy at all with the unfolding of events. Just like the other Nigerian players, they know that this is going to be a very, very tough game against the Super Eagles, against the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon.
On va renvoyer l'antenne au centre de production de la CRTV en baladeur.
You understand now? I swear.
Carl on the beat, so it's lit.
Why the life chase so? Boy, then the chase goes. Man, then the chase the boy. I gave her lay low. I gave her stay cold. Man, then the treatment, I say, man, come on a space. Tu joues avec mon salaire, tu es fou. I the cut now my tango way it is. I'ma be legendary. And I've been doing what's necessary. I live my life how I like, cause if I die, don't forget about me, yeah. I on the grind. You know, ever see my face again, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Je vis ma vie comme je veux. Si je meurs, ils vont m'oublier, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Et si je die sur la ligne, il ne doit pas voir mon visage encore, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
See the cash up cutting work man struggle. I dey battle inside all kind level. Every day man got different troubles. Every day I on cock some bottles. Better days where you dey, boy then he put hand inside dirty. Better days where you dey, boy then he put hand inside. Repe no day, mama me no get so charge for cover. L'argent dans ma tête, mais pas dans ma main, c'est pour ça que je fais là. I know they receive no message from my phone to when I update status where I dey chop life. That's when they call up, they want for check up, pretend for show love, and then they cut off. I beg shut up.
I want to pull up in a Benz too. Waiting make me different from them. I want to be that baby where they connect to. Waiting make me different from them. I live my life how I like, cause if I die, they'll forget about me, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. And if I die on the grind, you know, ever see my face again, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Je vis ma vie comme je veux. Si je meurs, ils vont m'oublier, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Et si je die sur la ligne, il ne doit pas voir mon visage encore, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we'll take another shot.
Shot. You understand now? I swear.
Carl on the beat, so it's lit, lit.
Why the life chase so? Boy then the chase goes. Man and the chase the boy. I gave her lay low. I gave her stay cold. Man and the treat man and say man come on a space. Tu joues avec mon salaire, tu es fou. I the cut na my tango way it is. I'ma be legendary. And I'll be doing what's necessary. I live my life how I like, cause if I die, they'll forget about me, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. And if I die on the grind, you know, ever see my face again, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Je vis ma vie comme je veux. Si je meurs, ils vont m'oublier, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Et si je die sur la ligne, il ne doit pas voir mon visage encore, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
See the cash up cutting work man struggle. I dey battle inside all kind level. Every day man got different troubles. Every day I on cock some bottles. Better days where you dey, boy then he put hand inside dirty. Better days where you dey, boy then he put hand inside. Repe no day, mama me no get so charge for cover. L'argent dans ma tête, mais pas dans ma main, c'est pour ça que je fais là. I know they receive no message from my phone to when I update status where I dey chop life. That's when they call up, they want for check up, pretend for show love, and then they cut off. I beg shut up.
I want to pull up in a Benz too. Waiting make me different from them. I want to be that baby where they connect to. Waiting make me different from them. I live my life how I like, cause if I die, they'll forget about me, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. And if I die on the grind, you know, ever see my face again, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Je vis ma vie comme je veux. Si je meurs, ils vont m'oublier, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Et si je die sur la ligne, revoir mon visage encore, yeah, yeah.
Okay, we'll take another shot.
Au milieu de terrain que ça bouge. Parce qu'on a vu...
Mais moi, je vois Naomi Eto'o bouger quand même.
Naomi, elle est trop excentrée pour moi, pour un milieu de terrain. Parce qu'on la ramène là-bas pour qu'elle aide Ngordiango et Meyon Charlène. Mais là, elle ne joue pratiquement pas son rôle. Il faut qu'elle revienne au milieu de terrain parce qu'elle se perd. On enquête sur les flancs avec Lamine Mana. Je ne sais pas pourquoi Naomi se retrouve forcément de ce côté.
Peut-être c'est un peu déséquilibré du côté de Nke. Peut-être il y a un souci. Parce que véritablement, moi aussi, je vois Naomi qui vient toujours jouer excentré.
Naomi vient jouer excentré. Je crois que Nke peut-être a un problème au niveau de la transmission de passes. Parce que j'ai vu, elle a raté beaucoup de passes. Oui. Sinon, la réception et la vision, la vision de jeu, elle y est. Mais au niveau du dépôt, ça ne suit pas. Donc peut-être à ce niveau, le coach doit revoir certaines choses. Peut-être comme je disais tout à l'heure, elle n'est pas fatiguée. Quand elle voyageait, c'est pas les champs.
C'est une lionne.
Elle était dans l'avion, elle n'était pas au champ. Donc du coup, elle s'est bien jouée.
Mais attends, Winnie, c'est vrai que quand tu
Ebeina for the indomitable lionesses of Cameroun, she seems to be on holiday.
I mean, when you talk of holidays, it depends on the type of encounter, and it depends also on the magnitude of the encounter that she's having. And you need to remember, you're playing against a team that is not only one of the best in the world, but has the best players that you can imagine on the African continent, including Asido Shola that is playing. That's why I'm talking of prudence, because they know this Cameroonian team very well. This game is Cameroonian's game to lose. That is why you guys are under the impression that we're playing. But when the whistle is out 90 minutes and you guys haven't scored, then that's when you realize who you're playing with. Because evidently football is not a proven science. You need to beat Nigeria in every compartment. The defensive compartment, the midfield compartment, on the attack compartment. Compartment by compartment, if you look at the defense of Cameroon, there's definitely some errors in terms of positioning. Thank God we have a goalkeeper that has a very good reading, can come out and clear the ball. If you look at the midfield compartment, we don't have a leader. We don't have a leader in the midfield compartment. That is why the attack line is basically having a lot of difficulties concretizing any opportunity, and they have a lot of the ball surprising them. And then one other thing that I really like to point out, I really like to bring to the attention of the coach that probably if they listening or if someone can send it to him, don't have these girls running behind the ball. Hold your position, because to contain Nigeria, that midfield, you have to battle that ball and recuperate every ball. And that is where you show those individuality. If you don't, that's where that team will dominate you. And evidently, you have to know how to win a game. The team that I'm watching right now for Cameroon is the team that have not realized the stakes as of yet. If not, they will have scored. The team that I'm watching right now for Nigeria is being very prudent, because if they don't lose, if they do a draw, they can go home and win. And if they win, it means that they're going to go back home and finalize. We need to be conscious about that.
And Antoinette, do you think Kamini has the pedigree to lead the front line for the indomitable lionesses?
Ben, vous savez, Kamini n'a pas trop reçu de ballon, hein. Comme on disait, c'est ce problème-là. Parce que comme on parlait de Jo Eto'o, elle devrait jouer en seconde ligne. Parce qu'elle est très excentrée, et c'est pour ça que Kamini ne peut pas recevoir. Elle doit jouer en seconde ligne, comme un peu en 10. Et elle sait le faire d'ailleurs en Guinée Super League. Je ne sais pas si c'est le discours de Bissek, le coach, ou c'est elle qui essaie
Justement, je voulais vous demander, quel est le discours qu'il devrait tenir là maintenant, dans le vestiaire? Quel est le discours que le coach devrait tenir pour que la deuxième période soit différente de la première en faveur des Lions?
De se lâcher, d'y croire, d'y aller, de provoquer. Et parce que là, on les a vus jouer, c'est un peu dommage parce que les Lions auraient mené dans ce match.
Avec beaucoup de réserves,
elle joue avec beaucoup de réserves, ou je sais pas, de frustration, de peur. Elle ne se lâche pas. Il faut qu'elle y aille, qu'elle y croie. Parce que quand on les a vus jouer, le Nigeria n'est pas en train de jouer, comme disait Junior. On a l'impression que c'est une stratégie. Elles jouent la prudence, elles nous observent et puis elles vont se lâcher.
Elles connaissent le Cameroun, mais elles ne connaissent pas toutes les joueuses.
Donc il va falloir qu'on se lâche, qu'on joue franchement, parce que c'est un gâchis pour moi. On aurait au moins mené par 1-0.
We see a Mayong that has risen onto the occasion, carrying the team on her soldiers.
For me, she's not really carrying the team. She's trying to. But she's
We've
playing
seen
with a
her
lot of
testing
fear.
goalkeeper.
Yeah, she's trying, but I know Myung and I know that she can give more than that.
Okay.
For me, nobody has already come out of the
cocoon.
Yes. Obviously, they are still like, okay, we're afraid. Let's not try anything that will maybe go against us. They are afraid. Elles sont pas trop dans le match. Elles sont pas. Je ne vais pas dire ce qu'il a dit tout à l'heure en disant que le Nigeria observe. Le Nigeria n'observe rien. C'est en train de cuire sur elle. Oui, ils sont en train de cuire parce qu'elles ne sont pas venues.
Oui, elles sont quand même limitées.
Regarder, elles sont venues pour gagner.
Imaginons un tant soit peu que le Cameroun menait 2-0 pendant qu'elles observent.
Voilà.
Ok.
Non.
Esther,
il y a une différence quand vous êtes dans un match de football. Il y a une différence entre être prudent ou bien aborder un adversaire. Et aborder un adversaire dans le football, c'est stratégique. Ça dépend de votre plan, l'animation du jeu et les dispositions tactiques.
Vous pensez vraiment que ce Nigeria est venu dans l'optique de nous observer?
Non, s'il vous plaît.
S'il
vous plaît, laissez-moi chuter. Je ne pense pas du tout. Ce n'est pas ce qui a été dit. Il n'y a aucune équipe qui vient jouer un match pour observer. Toute équipe qui vient dans un match de football vient pour gagner. Ok. Et la stratégie, moi je déroule la stratégie. J'ai dit c'est plus sage de ne pas prendre un but que de prendre un but. Vous comprenez? Et sortir avec une défaite. Donc, par prudence, si vous pouvez défendre, parce que là, vous jouez au Cameroun, si vous défendez, vous tenez votre territoire, vous rentrez avec match nul, c'est déjà quand même quelque chose. Parce qu'en football, il y a trois petites choses qui peuvent se passer. Soit vous gagnez, soit vous faites un match nul, soit vous perdez. C'est ça le football.
Mais ce n'est pas le Nigeria qui va venir jouer c'est avec le Cameroun quand même.
Et je dis ceci encore.
Je pense qu'on va retrouver Edith Vigilibok.
On a une équipe
qui est extrêmement... D'accord, je pense qu'on va retrouver Edith Vigilibok.
Gentlemen and ladies, it's now time for us to go back to the Douala Reunification Stadium for the second segment of the game. We'll be joining Edith Vigilibok and Rene Kanche. Gentlemen, lady, over to you guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome back to the Reunification Stadium. An incredible architectural jewel planted right here in Bipanda on the surface area of 10,000 square meters. It's got a video surveillance room, conference room, parking lots, a training stadium, and of course, the main stadium itself. And we understand that the 1.8 million square feet infrastructure with an extension of a number of spectators from 26 to approximately 39,000 spectators is constructed with an additional training stadium with a capacity of 1,200 seats. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back to join us at this beautiful stadium for this second segment of a game between Cameroun and Nigeria. The first leg qualifiers in this third round of the 2024 Olympics in Paris as resumption of hostilities. It is right here at the Reunification Stadium. The indomitable Lionesses in control now. Not for so long dispossessed of that one. The Cameroonians will have a free kick from their own territory, did Vigilibok.
Coup franc pour les Camerounaises. Alors que le match a repris, on revoit cette faute commise sur Magué, la joueuse d'Amazon Fab de Yaoundé. Les Camerounaises qui vont aller à l'abordage. Le ballon est parti pour la tête de Plumtree, qui va retrouver maintenant sa joueuse, sa partenaire, Ajibade. Ajibade pour Christy. Et ce sont les Lions indomptables qui ont récupéré. Et ce sera malheureusement une rentrée de touche au profit des Super Falcons du Nigeria. Voilà, elle a...
I thought there was an infringement there on Fallon Mefumetu, but the referee Says play should continue. Of course, it's the Nigerians who are in control now from their own territory. And the ball cruises over the halfway line. At that far right there, Nadozie. And the Cameroonians get possession of that one. Not for so long, picked up there by the Nigerians again, as we're going to be having a Cameroonian substitution any moment from now.
C'est Aboudi Ongene qui se prépare à faire son entrée sur le terrain, Redé Kaché.
Absolutely.
Peut-être pour mettre un peu plus de vitesse dans cette attaque des Lions indomptables du Cameroun. Il faut donner du travail à la défense nigériane.
That's true. I'm sure.
Alors que c'est un carton jaune que vient d'écoper Elim.JO, je crois bien. On va revoir certainement. Carton jaune pour Plumpire, justement.
Plumpire.
Finalement, je suis perdu sur le nom de cette...
She's called Ashley Plumpire.
Ashley, oui. Maintenant...
I'm sure Edith Bejenimbok, one player the Nigerian defense is going to be keeping a close eye on is Captain Gabriel Aboudi Ongene, who is making her entry now. Aboudi, who has scored in all of her last 10 appearances for her club side CSKA Moscow in the Russian league. She's going to have to help the indomitable Lionesses tonight here at the Reunification Stadium, as the Super Falcons of Nigeria have a throw. Rather, it's going to be a Cameroonian throw. Quickly taken, dispossessed of that one. A deflection there for another Nigerian throw.
Encore avec Plumpire.
Yep.
Et la voilà, la Nigériane, née aux États-Unis.
Yeah.
Babadide. Babadide avec Ajibade. Ballon récupéré, mais avec la faute de Grace Gogyango. Grace Gogyango sur Ajibade, la capitaine nigériane. Ce sera un coup franc pour les Super Falcons. On va revoir ce qui s'est passé. Peut-être après, puisque le ballon est parti. Et voilà, les Camerounaises en situation de défense. Ce sera pour une rentrée de touche pour la formation nigériane avec Deborah Abiodun. Attention à Dibadek. Fort heureusement, les Lions indomptables
And if you're just joining us,
elle bénéficie d'une sortie de but. Hein?
Yeah, you're watching Cameroon versus Nigeria, the first leg, third round qualifying match to the 2024 Olympics in Paris. And this is the 12th time Cameroon and Nigeria are meeting. Nigeria have won 9 of those skirmishes, while Cameroon have won just 2. And both of Cameroon's wins over Nigeria came at home soil, as the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon get that from Aboudi Ongene with that wonderful blessing there, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful goalkeeping there from goalkeeper Nadozie Chiamaka. And that is exactly what the Cameroonians need. That pace of Aboudi Ongene that was unfortunately lacking during the first half of this game. And here she is, Aboudi, out-muscling her way into the Nigerian defense, but unfortunately, Mavis Ohale. And the Cameroonians are going to have a free kick. There was a budget, rather, it's going to be a Nigerian free kick.
Tout à fait.
And Coach Jean-Baptiste, he's not happy. It's logical, because he thought that it was rather a Cameroonian who was out-muscled illegally on that one. And so it's a Nigerian ball.
On ne peut pas être content quand ça se passe dans son camp.
Absolutely.
Surtout dans une rencontre comme celle-ci.
And indeed, we're talking about 34-year-old Aboudi Ongene, who has 13 goals and 2 assists in 10-game stretch. She likely is going to have to cause some problems to the Nigerian defense here at the Reunification Stadium. Already we saw that, ladies and gentlemen. It's now! No, there was some overcharge. Absolutely, it's not a goal. There was an overcharge, a body check on the Cameroonian goalkeeper.
Attention.
There was a body check on the Cameroonian goalkeeper,
Il y
Bihina
a une faute sur la
Mikaeli.
gardienne Mikaeli
Yeah.
Bihina. Mais il faut rester vigilant, il faut faire attention ce genre de ballon. Il ne faut pas souvent accepter de le perdre dans cette partie. Alors qu'elle était bien sortie pour récupérer le ballon, il y a eu un manque de communication. Le Nigeria avec sa capitaine, Adibade. Touche pour les Super Falcons du Nigeria. Touche concédée par Colenzana. Et la rentrée effectuée par Michel Alosier. Attention à ce ballon de Assissato Chouala. Attention! Heureusement, le ballon est passé devant la surface, devant la cage gardée par Bihina. Et ce ballon de face à face.
It's an offside ball. It's an offside ball positional play against the Super Falcons. The Cameroonians are going to have to be vigilant. That was a real. We have had two real scares from a Cameroonian perspective. We have had two real scares from a Cameroonian perspective. There's been plenty of lack of communication between goalkeeper Bihina and the central axis during the second segment of the game, as the Cameroonians are in control from their own half. Falome Fumetu, she beautifully plays well with, and that was rather Lamin Mana, who was shoved on that one. It's going to be a Cameroonian free kick. Picked up there by the Nigerians. Plumtire. A beautiful connection of the ball there with Assissato Chouala. Fantastic defending from the Cameroonians, who can now organize a tossable possession.
Je pense que le mauvais vent est passé et qu'on va repartir avec les Lions indomptables du Cameroun. Ballon malheureusement récupéré par les Nigérians avec Ajibade. Attention à Assissato Chouala qui s'introduit dans la surface de réparation. Et belle intervention de Mikaeli Bihina. Ce match est en train de prendre une autre tournure.
The last third of Nigeria has realized that goalkeeper Bihina, there is lack of communication between goalkeeper Bihina and the two central defenders I'm talking about, Maggie Miriam and Elian Mambo Lambo Bodolo, and that's why they are taking advantage of that. The Cameroonians are going to have to quickly regroup and communicate more and effectively around the center circle now. Shalon Mayong, beautifully played there. This could be very interesting now from a Cameroonian perspective. Lamin Mana, a one-on-one. What is she going to do? It's going to be a corner. There was a real deflection there, blocked there from Plumtire Ashley.
Je pense qu'elle avait la possibilité de libérer ce ballon un peu plus tôt. C'était pas mal joué non plus.
A Cameroonian corner kick. As the Cameroonian public is on its feet right here at the Reunification Stadium. In great expectation for a goal. Goalkeeper Nadozier positioning and repositioning her teammates on this corner kick against the indomitable Lionesses. As the referee speaks with the defenders and the attackers of Nigeria and Cameroon respectively. A corner kick for the indomitable Lionesses. The Cameroonians are inside the 18-yard area now of the Super Falcons. A long one from there. Unfortunately, it was not well executed, that corner kick, and it's going to be a goal kick in favor of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. That was a rather...
Un ballon qui sort de la sorte témoigne un peu de la fébrilité dans laquelle les deux équipes se trouvent en ce moment, parce que même au niveau du Nigeria, on en a vu. C'était joué dans l'intervalle, mais personne pour la réception. Et on va revenir mettre le ballon en jeu par le Nigeria avec Chimeaka Nandozie de la main.
They must play on the corners. They must play on the attacking corridors. I'm talking about the Cameroonians, because each time they play along the corridors, the attacking corridors, they have a lot of option. There is Abudi Ongene at the left flank, who is very, very pacey. And then, of course, there is Lamine Mana, who is also very, very creative. The Cameroonians again cleared out of the vital zone for the Nigerians. Interesting there. Plum Tire clears a vital zone. Headed out around the middle of the pack there by the Nigerians, who are still in control. It's going now very pacey and quick now for the Nigerians. Around the halfway line. The Nigerians through Demehin Oluwatosin. A beautiful, impeccable dribbling quality there from Olatowin, Blomtaya. And the Nigerians get a free kick. A free kick 38 meters away from the goal cage of goalkeeper Bihina Mikaili. As the Cameroonians will have to quickly regroup now to suck that pressure with a defensive chore there from the Nigerians. It's moving very, very pacey now from a Nigerian perspective. Edith Bejeninbok and the Cameroonians will have to remain vigilant and very, very alert, especially with the experience of Lamina Assisa Toshwala. Here she is.
Elle n'est pas seule, elle fait beaucoup mal, tout comme la capitaine Adjibade, je le dis, parce que lorsque Adjibade a le ballon, elle met toute la défense en difficulté, bien captée par Lina Mikaili, la joueuse camerounaise qui, depuis un certain temps, évolue au Portugal. Le centre du Cameroun et la tête de la Est-ce qu'elle avait les yeux ouverts, Lamine Mana? Je n'en sais rien. Ce qui est vrai, c'est qu'on a déposé sur sa tête. Mais c'est passé très loin de la cage gardée par Nandosier. Dommage.
But this is very interesting what the Cameroonians are doing. I told you that they're going to have to concentrate their play around the corridor, the attacking corridors, as we have two substitutions, double substitution. From a Cameroonian perspective, Brenda Tabe is going to be coming in to replace Kameni Flora. Brenda Tabe with a pace, with a power, with a physical stature, coming in the place of Flora Kameni. Brenda Tabe, who is one of the best goal scorers in the current Cameroon Women's Super League.
Bien sûr, avec son équipe, l'Eke Football Club.
And then, of course, Juche Olin takes the place of Mambo Lambo Bodolo Elian, who has given her all. The central defender, who is going to have a lot of work to do out there in Nigeria, and I'm so sure that is why she's been replaced by Coach Jean-Baptiste Bisek. Throw in Nigeria. Around the middle of the pack. The Cameroonians pick up that one now. Fantastic 360-degree turn there from Charlene Mayong. Beautifully plays with occasionally the Cameroonians will have to control now will have to reorganize from their own territory with goalkeeper Bihina Mikaili. She plays with Magge Miriam. Magge Miriam plays with beautiful girl, Juche Senying. And the Cameroonian public is not happy at all with the decision of the first assistant referee.
On va peut-être revoir. Je ne sais pas si ce ballon est sorti ou alors elle a touché de la main. Ah, je crois bien.
Yeah, that was a handball call against Lamine Mana, the Cameroonian. And goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie plays quickly with Alozie Michel. Picked up there by the Cameroonians again. Lamin Mana beautifully connects with Mayong. And the ball goes out of touch. It's going to be a Cameroonian throw-in because there was a deflection there.
Il n'est pas serein, l'entraîneur Randy Valdon. Il a été rappelé justement pour ce match parce qu'il avait déjà été limogé. Le Nigeria n'étant pas satisfait des résultats.
Absolutely. And just last week, his contract was extended and he has been given the assignment to qualify Nigeria for the Olympic Games. And this means that...
il va falloir passer d'abord le Cameroun.
That's what I was going to talk about. And so it's going to be a free kick call in favor of Ashley Plumtyre. The Nigerians quickly execute their free kick inside their own territory. And the ball crosses over the halfway line. Cleared away by Cameroon's Juche Shening. But not for so long. Toss of a possession there around the center circle. The referee says it's going to be a free kick call in favor of Ajibade, the captain of the Super Falcons. Oh yeah. Quickly played there by Uchebe Christie. And here comes Payne Antoinette, picked up there by the Nigerians from the edge of the Cameroonian box. Assisa Toshala, a long one, and goalkeeper Bihina picks up that one and gets a tremendous amount of applause from the Cameroonian public here.
Elle mérite d'être applaudie. Jusque-là, elle a fait un match parfait.
Fantastic work.
Même si là, il a fallu se reprendre pour capter ce ballon. Bien joué de la part de Mikaeli Bihina.
Fantastic what the Racing Power FC goalkeeper has been doing throughout this encounter. Here she comes again. And it's going to be a Cameroon. It's going to be a Nigerian throw. Throw into Nigeria.
C'est une deuxième partie, une entame de deuxième partie assez folle, assez chaude. De part et d'autre, il y a eu de bonnes occasions, de très belles d'ailleurs, mais également de très beaux gestes qui ont soulevé les spectateurs du stade de la réunification de Bepanda. Madame, monsieur, nous jouons la 63e. 0 pour le Nigeria, 0 pour le Cameroun. Et toujours cette belle bataille entre les deux, dont on ne connaît pas encore l'issue. Shamira, l'Ougandaise de cette partie.
She has been very instrumental, hein?
Ah oui. Jusque-là, très bon match. Rien à redire sur cette décision. Alors que les Lions indomptables du Cameroun vont bénéficier d'un coup franc qui sera exécuté par Colin Diana. Très long ballon en direction de Aboudi.
Brenda Tabe, rather.
Brenda Tabe, autant pour moi. Alors qu'Aboudi Ngene va chercher de récupérer ce ballon qui a été donné dans la profondeur. Faute.
I told you, the Cameroonians are going to have to play along the corridors. That is where the solution.
C'est peut-être par là que la solution peut arriver. Vous aviez raison, René Kaché.
That is where the solution is going to have to come out from.
Parce que dans l'axe, c'est assez rigoureux, c'est serré. Il n'y a pas d'espace.
Yeah.
Peut-être il faut titiller les côtés pour essayer d'avoir la décision face à Oale.
And their experience met experience.
Ah oui, hein, c'est...
And I'm sure the Cameroonian experience was much better. It's going to be a Cameroonian free kick. Shalom Mayong decides to pass the ball to Ngok. Unfortunately, the one cruises over the baseline for what's going to be a goal kick in favor of goalkeeper Nadozier. Well, the Cameroonians still have lots of options on the bench. There is Marie-Giselle Ngamanga,
par exemple, oui,
who had a fine performance for her club last weekend on match day 21 of the Turkish Women's Super League. Her club, Hakaraguku, beat Antalya Sport 3-1, and the former Lekki girls footballer scored a hat-trick.
Ah, c'était un hat-trick.
Yeah.
3 buts pour Ngamanga, qui n'est pas sur le terrain jusque-là, alors que les Camerounaises vont tenter de reprendre ce ballon. Le pied de la défense nigériane. Michel Alozier.
The Cameroonian public is not happy at all.
Et la faute commise sur Oluwatosin Yemehin qui a été sanctionné.
Yeah. And I think that was Charlene Mayong with a huge experience. She knew that if she did not do that,
ah oui, il y a des fautes.
The Nigerian player would have probably got that ball and of course penetrated into the Cameroonian defense. And this is a Nigerian free kick now from the edge of the Cameroonian box. Cleared out beautifully well by Juche Sening.
Orline Juche qui vient de faire son entrée sur le terrain alors que les Nigérianes, elles, ont remis le ballon en jeu à travers une touche. Ah oui, belle bataille avec Plumtire. Attention à ce ballon. La réception de la tête qui a failli faire mouche. Et c'était signé, bien entendu, Michel Alozier.
That was a beautiful cross there from the Nigerian number 10. I'm talking about Uchebe Christia. Goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie. She beautifully plays with the Mehen Oluwatosin. Captain Ajibade cruises over the halfway line but was brought down. Referee says it's going to be a Cameroonian, a Nigerian free kick. And the referee is going to have a verbal warning to dish out to that Cameroonian midfielder. That's Juche Sening, as Nigeria prepare a double substitution. Coach Wildrum, who was very, very confident during yesterday's pre-match press conference, was talking about their readiness and anticipation of this game and the fact that they want to try as much as they can to get at least a draw to take to Nigeria, Abuja, where the second leg is going to be played on Monday between Cameroon's indomitable Lionesses and Nigeria's Super Falcons. Lamina Asisa Toshwala has been put under lock and key by the Cameroonian defenders.
Elle va céder sa place certainement. La voilà, Asisa Toshwala, joueuse du FC Barcelone.
It's not been easy at all.
Il y en a qui se préparent à faire leur entrée.
She's been out-muscled in virtually every ball, every action inside the 18-yard area of the indomitable Lionesses. And the Cameroonian fans, characteristic of the Lions' fighting spirit there, you could see that. Double substitution for the Super Falcons.
Il s'agit de Babajide Dossard numéro 9 qui va rentrer, mais à la place de qui? À la place de la joueuse numéro 9, je crois bien.
Number 5.
Le numéro 5, hein, de Michel Alozier qui a donc cédé sa place. Il y a également Asisa Toshwala qui va sortir. Je ne sais pas si...
Yeah, she's going to go out, I'm sure. Alozier is out.
Toshwala.
And Imaran Rufiades is in. Lamina Asisa Toshwala is equally going to be ceding her place to Babajide Omorinsola. And last night, Edith Bejinenbok, ladies and gentlemen, I was having a chat with a Cameroonian colleague, rather a Nigerian colleague, over the phone and asking her about the strength of this Nigerian team. And she was talking about the fact that in Nigeria, it is true that they have not really been the Nigerian side that was characteristic of the Super Falcons 2 years ago, but that the Cameroonians are going to have to be very, very ready mentally to face Lamina Asisa Toshuala, who is the best African footballer according to the most recent CAF award. Ladies and gentlemen, tossable possession there, Abudi Ongene with Mavis Ohale. The tossable possession, fantastic, interesting there, but unfortunately there was no Lamin. There was no Lamin together. She gets that one, interesting now, from around 80 yards.
C'est pas fini. C'est pas fini. Ce sera une rentrée de touche pour les Lions indomptables du Cameroun. Je pense que elle a manqué d'un peu de lucidité. Regardez. Pas Lamine Mana, mais plutôt la passe de Gabriel Aboudiongene.
They can do it. They can do it. The indomitable Lionesses can do it. Edith.
Tout reste possible dans ce match.
Oh yes.
Avec des gestes et des occasions comme celle-là, il y a de quoi garder espoir. L'espoir d'une victoire.
And the hope of a few people, the hope of a Cameroonian spectators here, as that Cameroonian is lying prostrate to the green turf, and probably is going to be getting some medical attention here. Already getting some medical attention there from the Cameroonian medical department, as coach Jean-Baptiste Bissek will be making another substitution in the moments ahead, probably to the satisfaction of the Cameroonian public right here, as the Nigerian bench is equally looking with great optimism. Asisa Toshuala, who has not been very, very brilliant during this contest,
Et voilà,
having been substituted.
À l'échauffement, certainement pour remplacer Magué, que voilà.
They don't seem to be believing themselves. I'm talking about the Nigerian players. They thought that this match was.
Il y a quelque chose comme un doute qui s'est installé dans les esprits, c'est vrai.
They thought that this match was going to be very easy. It was going to be an easy ride.
Avec les contre-performances que les Lions indomptables ont enchaînées ces derniers temps, on se disait peut-être.
We're going to have a drop ball there.
Ah.
Because the referee actually.
Bien sûr, il y aura un ballon entre deux. Je crois bien.
The referee stopped the flow of the ball, and that was to the advantage of Cameroon.
C'est reparti.
The Cameroonians now.
Avec Lamine Mana.
Beautiful.
Qui a tenté de se débarrasser de Imarat Rofiat. C'était sans succès, mais les Camerounaises, maintenant, situation de défense, vont tenter de conserver le ballon d'une façon ou d'une autre.
Edith Bejidibok, this explains why she's one of the Cameroonian professionals in this squad. I'm talking about Lamine Mana. She plies a professional trade out there in France with Le Mans, and she has been very, very, very instrumental with Le Mans in the French Women's Super League, Lamine Mana, and that is why Coach Jean-Baptiste Bissek drafted her in as one of the first 11 in this contest, and she has been proving that the coach,
après avoir qualifié les U20,
oh yes, and she has been proving that the coach merited her confidence, Lamine Mana. As we head into the last quarter of this encounter, it is still 0 for Cameroon, 0 for Nigeria. Throw in Cameroon.
Pour la tête de la défense du Nigeria à travers Babajide Omorinsola, dossard numéro 9, qui venait de faire son entrée, alors qu'on aperçoit déjà beaucoup d'agitation au niveau du banc de touche des Super Falcons du Nigeria. C'est pareil hein, pour les deux équipes. Les entraîneurs ne tiennent plus sur le banc. À l'instar de Jean-Baptiste Bissek, qui lui également parle beaucoup à ses joueuses. Belle bataille entre Camerounaises et Nigérians. C'est Tutu Orline qui a tenté de mettre fin un peu à ce petit mouvement que les Nigérians ont voulu créer.
She's playing with a lot of confidence. I'm talking about Jeche.
Mais à ce niveau, il faut avoir confiance.
Yeah.
Si vous n'êtes pas suffisamment confiant, ça ne sert à rien d'être sur le terrain.
I think that the Nigerian coach, I'm talking about the coach of Nigeria, Waldrom, has done some tactical reorientation. He has tweaked his tactical layout. He brought off Lamina Asisa Toshwala, who has been out-muscled throughout this contest, bringing in the likes of players like
Babajide
Babajide, who is very, very, very creative in the last third of the Nigerian team. And I think that the head coach of the Indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon, Jean-Baptiste Bissek, is also going to have to do some tactical reorientation in order to contain the tactical tweak of his opposite number, Waldrom. Back onto the field of play, around the halfway line. Babajide, picked up there by the Indomitable Lionesses.
Il faut se parler, pas d'embrouille sur les ballons. Et les Camerounaises qui remontent le terrain. Le centre, peut-être pour la tête de Brenda Tabé. Heureusement bien capté par le Nigeria et la gardienne Chiamaka Nandozie.
Replicate this, girls. Continue to do what you're doing, girls. Exactly what they are doing.
C'était pas mal joué.
Not at all.
Mais c'est le Nigeria qui s'en tire à bon compte. Le ballon pour la gardienne Nandozie, qui envoie très loin devant pour le pied de Mambo Labo qui a raté le ballon. Attention. Pas fini. Et ce sera la touche concédée par les Camerounais.
That was rather Jeche. Jeche who missed out on that one, and of course Fallon Mefumetu was right there to do the correction. A Nigerian throw from the edge of the Cameroonian box. Tossable possession. The Nigerians still in control. And this is Ayinde, a long one, picked up there by the Cameroonians. Grace Ngokiango around the halfway line, not for so long. Recuperated by Captain Ajibade. Long kick of a ball, deflected there by the Cameroonian defender Maggie Miriam, who plays for Amazon FAP and representing her club very, very respectably tonight. But the Cameroonians have lost control of that one. A deflection there is going to go onto the waiting hands of goalkeeper Bina Mikhaili, who has been very, very impeccable and instrumental throughout this contest. And coach Jean-Baptiste Bissek is not a happy man with that lack of communication there from the Cameroonians. A tussle possession between Abudu Yongene and Plumtire. But the referee says there was an infringement call against the Cameroonian. And so it's going to be a free kick call in favor of Plumtire. Coach Jean-Baptiste Bissek on his feet throughout this encounter, throughout this contest, to make sure that his girls respect the tactical layout.
C'est de ça qu'il s'agit. Il faut respecter les consignes. Et après, on verra si c'était bien ou pas mal ou pas bien. Mais il faut le faire.
Beautiful.
La tête de la défense camerounaise pour les pieds de Ajibade Rachidat, qui va mettre le ballon dehors pour une sortie de but camerounaise. La voilà Rachidat Ajibade.
You can understand very clearly that Fallon Mefumetu has gone deep into the central defense of the Indomitable Lionesses. She goes there from time to time to do some defensive chores. She understands, she is hugely experienced, and she understands the complicated details of the Cameroonian defense, and that's why she's always there to make sure that she does the correction each time. Maggie Miriam, and of course the number 2 of the Indomitable Lionesses, Juche Senying, foul. It's going to be a free kick to Nigeria. De Mehen Olawatosin.
Olawatosin qui met le ballon
from the edge of the
dans le
Cameroonian
tas
box.
pour la tête camerounaise. Mais le ballon est toujours nigérian. C'est pas fini. On a trouvé maintenant les bras de Mikaeli Bihina.
They must not stop until the referee blows the whistle. Until the referee says it's an offside, it's an infringement. I'm talking about the Cameroonians.
Oui, bien sûr. Il faut jouer.
Yeah.
Il faut jouer, ne pas attendre le coup de sifflet. Arrêter lorsqu'il y a coup de sifflet. Elle est très technique, Lamine Mana.
Each time she touches the ball, it transforms into a goal. I'm talking about Lamine Mana. And in French,
elles ont un bagage technique assez important. Charlène Meillon, par exemple, Lamine Mana. Il y a également Aboudou Nguene qui est capable de faire d'un ballon de l'or. Mais pour l'instant, ce n'est pas encore le cas. Et c'est la défense du Nigeria qui va se dégager à travers la gardienne pour la tête de Rofiat.
Charlene, she's been very instrumental. Tinjana
a trouvé Aboudi Nguene. Aboudi. Et pour Juche, je crois bien. Et Lamine Mana pour la tête de Charlène Meillon. Petit bon Charlène. Un tir steak trop écrasé pour faire basculer le match. Regardez l'ouverture.
Chaque fois qu'elle
pour
touche,
la tête de Lamine.
Chaque fois qu'elle touche.
Et puis Charlène. Elle avait fait le plus difficile, René Kaché.
Chaque fois qu'elle touche le ballon, ça se transforme en or. Lamine Mana.
Il faudrait juste qu'elle soit comprise, que l'on puisse lire ses intentions. Peut-être ce sera bénéfique pour les Lions indomptables. Attention, Nigeria qui repart avec Abiodoun. Adjibade maintenant. Ballon récupéré par les Camerounaises. Nous sommes avec Charlène Meillon. Long ballon pour la tête de Plomtire. Plomtire qui a dégagé alors qu'Aboudi Nguene était à l'affût. Ashley Plomtire aura fait un très bon match ce jour.
Absolutely, but she's been getting it quite hot from the hands of the Cameroonian number 10. I'm talking about Grace Ngoki Yango. I'm talking about Grace Yango, and who unfortunately is going to be cautioned with a yellow card there. Yeah, and she's not happy with the decision of the referee. The referee from Uganda. As we head into the 85th minute of this encounter, no goal for Cameroon, no goal for Nigeria. And I'm sure we're going to be having another Cameroonian substitution in the next couple of moments as the Cameroonians can control now with Chalin. And the ball crosses over the halfway line, picked up there by Lamine Mana. Unfortunately, that one goes out of touch for what's going to be a throw in. Lamine Mana quickly throws in. She plays with Charlène Meillon. Charlène Meillon.
Eto.
Unfortunately, she was out of that one. The Nigerians pick up that one now. The Cameroonians have already quickly regrouped.
Il y avait Fallon, Mofometu, tout à côté pour chasser le danger.
They must fall back, the Cameroonians, to do defensive chores. They must fall back quickly.
Plutôt Magué qui n'était pas sorti.
Nigerian throw in. As we head into the 86th minute. Toss up a possession there, just from the edge of the Cameroonian box. Beautiful football from Nigeria. And that one is going to, ladies and gentlemen, that was a real danger there from the Indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon. Not for so long, Captain Ajibade from the edge of the box. The Nigerians now, fantastic defending there from the Cameroonians.
René Kaché. Vous pouvez constater cette réaction, c'était chaud devant les buts gardés par Mikaeli.
That was a real nail-biting moment there, nail-biting action there from a Cameroonian perspective.
Je pense que les cœurs des gens allaient s'arrêter.
That was
Encore
a
5 minutes
cross.
à tenir.
beautiful cross there from the Nigerian player, Alozie Michel. And of course, Mage was there. Look at the reaction of the Cameroonian bench. A real moment of nail biting.
C'était l'occasion du match. C'était l'occasion du match. C'est pas passé pour les Nigérians. Tout à l'heure également pour les Camerounais, c'est pas passé. Cette deuxième manche aura été folle.
Grace Ngok. And the Nigerians are also preparing another substitution. The Nigerians also preparing a substitution as coach Jean-Baptiste Bissek communes with the public right here at the reunification stadium. The Cameroonian flag blasting across the skies of the reunification stadium. And this capital encounter between the indomitable Lionesses and the Super Falcons of Nigeria. The 12th encounter as that Cameroonian player, Grace, is going to limp out of the field of play. Resumption of hostilities. It's a Cameroonian ball. It cruises over the halfway line, picked up there by the Nigerians, who control from their own half.
Il faut les chercher très haut.
Yeah.
Ne pas les laisser redescendre. Comme c'est le cas de Charlène Meillon. Très bien joué. Oh là là. Heureusement, ballon récupéré encore par Lamine Mana qui cherche partenaire. Lamine.
No.
C'était certainement pas la meilleure solution.
Yeah, she was a little bit selfish on that one.
Il y avait tout à côté Gabriel Aboudiongene qui s'est rendu disponible.
She had two options. There was Gabriel Aboudiongene at that far left. And then, of course, there was Nkenke at this near right. But she decided to have a straight kick there, which lacked juice and electricity. It's going to be a Cameroonian throw.
Ballon parti et faute sur Gabriel Aboudiongene.
A Janga Siliki, team manager, who is preparing a substitution as a former teammate, Aboudiongene, was shoved on that one, and the referee says it's going to be a free kick call in favor of Cameroon's indomitable Lionesses.
Tant que ça se passe dans le camp nigérien, il n'y a aucun souci.
2 more minutes before the end of regular playtime here at the reunification stadium, and the Cameroonians are preparing for another substitution, which is going to be the last. Charlène Meillon, who has been one of the positives of this Cameroonian team tonight here at the reunification stadium.
Je pense que Ian Gamanga qui va faire son entrée.
Yeah. They must fall back, the Cameroonians. They must fall back, the Cameroonians.
La voilà, Gamanga. Et tout à côté.
Look at Plumtire. She's calling for her teammates. Come and get the ball. Come and get the ball. Come and get the ball. And the Nigerians controlling comfortably from their own territory. The ball crosses over the halfway line now. And the Cameroonians are going to have to do some defending. Beautifully done there by Falon Mefumetu around the center circle.
Il faut garder ce ballon. Il faut tout faire pour le reprendre. Attention à Babadine.
Beautiful. That was a robust defending there. Robust defending there from JO. As the Cameroonians.
Je crois il y a Omboudou.
Yeah, 4 minutes of additional time. 4 minutes of additional time right here at the reunification stadium. 4 minutes for the Cameroonians to hold their breath. 4 minutes for Cameroon not to concede a goal, because conceding a goal is going to be very dangerous for the Cameroonians, who will be traveling.
Je pense qu'elles ont
to Abuja.
Encore l'opportunité de marquer un but, les Camerounaises.
Yeah.
Et c'est Flora Kameni qui a cédé sa place à Brigitte Omboudou, ancienne sociétaire des forces armées et police, Amazon FAP de Yaoundé. Aujourd'hui en Turquie, plus précisément à Ankara-Gucci.
In Turkey.
Bien sûr, il y a également la rentrée de Gamanga de la même équipe. Attention à ce ballon, Lamine Mana qui est rentré dans la surface de réparation nigériane. Lamine Mana, c'est pas fini. Oh là là, le pied de Blomtayer. Heureusement, il y a Omoudou qui avait récupéré, mais pas pour longtemps. Et voilà Brigitte Omoudou. Je pense que l'entraîneur Jean-Baptiste Bissek compte sur elle par rapport à son gabarit. Elle devrait jouer pratiquement le même rôle que Grace Ngogbiango, déménageuse. Changement encore côté nigérian.
Abiodun Deborah is going to be sitting in a position to Onomonu Ifoma.
Ah, il faut faire attention à cette joueuse qui fait son entrée.
Yeah.
Très très bonne attaquante.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Et
You remember,
buteuse de surcroît.
you remember in the 2022 Women's AFCON out there in Morocco?
Ah oui.
She was one of the standout players for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. The Super Falcons of Nigeria, who are going to be receiving the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon next Monday for the return leg match of this game. And the referee says it's going to be a free kick call in favor of the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon. Some 22 meters away from the goalkeeper Nadozie Chiamaka. Nadozie Chiamaka, who is the current best goalkeeper on the African continent according to the latest CAF awards. Nadozie Chiamaka, who is going to place a blockade there to suck out the pressure from that Cameroonian free kick as the Cameroonian bench watches on with lots of optimism. Can this be the moment for Aboudi Ongene and Meyong Chalen? Can this be the moment for the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon? There is Lamine Mana deep inside the 18-yard area from the edge of the box of the Nigerians as the Cameroonians take on this free kick. Lots of praying going on right now from the Cameroonian bench as the Cameroonian public, ladies and gentlemen, also prays for a goal. No. Goalkeeper Chi Amaka Nadozie picks up that one with relative ease.
Sans inquiétude. Hein? Je pense qu'on n'a pas suffisamment suivi. Et en tout cas, ça n'a rien apporté. Les Camerounaises vont défendre ce ballon qui remonte dans leur camp par la sélection nigériane. Rentrée de touche pour les Super Falcons du Nigeria avec Blomtayer. La Nigéro. Ah, c'est terminé. Terminé au stade de la réunification de Bepanda sur une parité vierge entre les deux sélections. 0 pour le Cameroun, 0 pour les Nigeria. Rendez-vous dans 4 jours à Abuja pour la deuxième manche de la confrontation. Tout est à refaire pour les deux sélections qui n'ont pas pu aujourd'hui marquer le moindre but sur ce terrain, mais c'était un match suffisamment animé, un match qui a répondu aux attentes avec des occasions de but, mais aussi de très beaux gestes de part et d'autre. On ne s'est pas du tout ennuyé. René Kaché, on plie les doigts parce que là maintenant, si le Cameroun venait à marquer un seul but au Nigeria, et même si on faisait 1-1, eh bien, ce sont les Lions indomptables qui auront l'avantage de se qualifier. Ça ressemble au scénario d'il y a 12 ans.
They can do it, of course, Elim.JO. They have demonstrated a strong winning mentality, a strong fighting spirit right here at the Reunification Stadium in Bepanda Douala. The indomitable Lionesses have shown that they have everything, all what it takes to be able to dismantle the mental toughness of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. The return leg is going to be coming up, ladies and gentlemen, on Monday out there in Abuja, the capital city of Nigeria. And like you rightly said, Elim.JO, any draw game with goals from both sides, it is the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon who are going to sail through to the next round of qualifiers to the 2024 Olympic Games built out there in Paris in France, as the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon will have to prepare this game. And the action in this second segment of the game, or this first segment of the game, began with this beautiful kick there from Shalen Mayong, which was well tipped out by the goalkeeper of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And then, of course, we had this goal mouth tussle that was cleared by the Nigerians without reply from player Dunning, jersey number 15, for the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon. I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, Njanak Mfege. And then, of course, the Cameroonians did not leave it at that. The Nigerians got that ball, slotted it at the back of the net, and it was an offside ball positioner call. And then Captain Abudi Ongene with this beautiful surgical pass there, but unfortunately Lamin Mana couldn't adjust her head to bury that ball at the back of the net. The Nigerians continue with this freak, or with this shot from the edge of the Cameroonian 18-yard area by Lamina Asisato Shwala. But goalkeeper Bihina Mikaeli was up to the task. And then, of course, this mouth tussle again from the indomitable Lionesses with a fantastic, impeccable performance from Lamin Mana, whose cutback wasn't good enough to meet the Cameroonian legs. And so it went out with a deflection for a corner kick. The Nigerians came back again with this mouth tussle from the 18-yard area of the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon. But they couldn't bury the ball at the back of the net, as the Cameroonian defense was very much in place to suck the pressure. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this fiery encounter has just built anticipation for a thrilling return leg in Abuja next Monday. Nothing has yet been won and nothing has yet been lost. The chances are still wide open for both teams, including Cameroon's indomitable Lionesses going into the return leg. But from the reunification stadium in this first leg, it is Cameroon 0, Nigeria 0. Over to you, Mbalade.
Thank you very much, René Kache. Merci, Edith Virginie Mbok. Peut-être on ne s'attendait pas à avoir un match nul entre le Cameroun et le Nigeria. Je suis convaincu que plusieurs Camerounais s'attendaient à une victoire du Nigeria, mais c'est la grosse surprise. Vous avez eu peur pour rien, Winyengene?
Non, je n'ai pas eu peur pour rien. Je vais dire que les Nigérianes sont venues avec cette attitude elles étaient trop sûres, en fait.
Le complexe
on l'a vu, oui. Le complexe de supériorité, on l'a vu depuis la première mi-temps. Elles n'ont pas tout donné, contrairement à l'équipe nigériane qu'on a l'habitude de rencontrer. C'est pour ça que mon confrère ici disait qu'elles sont en train de nous observer. Elles ne nous observaient pas. Elles sont venues, elles ont vu de nouveaux visages. Elles ont vu nos jeunes filles de la Guinée Super League qu'elles ne connaissent pas. Voilà, qui ont réservé de très belles surprises à l'instant de Lamin Mana, Naomi Eto'o et Dritcher qui est arrivé en défense. Moi, je ne suis pas totalement satisfaite, mais au moins, on n'a pas encaissé, c'est déjà bien.
The Super Falcons of Nigeria came so, but they couldn't conquer Junior Wansum. Were you expecting such a result?
Expectations can be high, they can be moderate, and at the same time, they can be very telling. And I really want to rectify this in French. You know, I never said that Cameroon or that Nigeria was observing Cameroon. I said Nigeria had a very prudent game. And they were able to hold that prudence through going home without conceding a goal in Cameroon. I think that's part of the strategy of their game. And when you look at all the composition and tactical activities that happen within the game animation itself, the Cameroon team that we saw in the second half, if you had that team in the first half, maybe the score would have been different. Yeah. And I will say it again, you know, football is not a proven science, but at the same time, you know, the competence, the ability to manage a game is very, very important. If you look on both ways, right now, Cameroon has a lot of work to do. So too is Nigeria. But I think who is going home satisfied tonight? Nigeria. Why? They did not concede any goal. Yeah. They did not lose any point. Advantage, they're very well motivated. They're going to be playing at home. But for us, we need to get to work. I saw a Cameroonian team that had potentials, but they could not capitalize on those potentials. Why? There were a lot of, so many insufficiency in every compartment, be it the defense, be it the midfield, be it the attack. It shows that our team lack a lot of coherence, the game animation, and also consistency. And that can be resolved by practice.
Antoinette Woyeye, can Cameroon turn the tides over there in Nigeria?
Oui, bien sûr. Au vu de cette rencontre où elles n'ont pas déçu parce que le Nigeria, beaucoup de Camerounais pariaient pour un carton de but que les Camerounaises auraient, les Lions auraient, ben oui, reçu. Mais malheureusement, ou alors heureusement, que les filles se sont bien comportées. Et vous avez vu justement que c'est allé crescendo, ou alors la seconde mi-temps a été mieux joué. Comme je le disais à la mi-temps, il fallait justement ce système tactique en place qui devait faire que le milieu de terrain puisse nourrir l'attaque que les attaquants reçoivent, et avec le remplacement qui s'est opéré avec l'entrée de la capitaine Aboudi Ongene, comme je l'ai déclaré, je l'ai revendiqué. Elle est entrée, on a vu les lignes bouger, même du côté de Lamine Mana. Mana n'a rien eu en première mi-temps. Et comme justement, c'était totalement... Parce que je crois que le coach Bissek a donné un discours payant. Et on l'a vu avec des remplacements. Mais je dis, je suis presque convaincue qu'au retour, c'est vrai que le nul avant fait l'affaire du Nigeria parce qu'elles reçoivent au retour. Mais moi, je dis, si on continue sur cette lancée avec un peu de travail, de sérieux, et que les filles soient toujours dans cette prédisposition, et vous savez, les entrées, les filles... Manga et Brigitte Omboudou en retard. Oui. Elles vont rentrer. Moi, je pense que si elles commencent au Nigeria, c'est-à-dire l'équipe qui a terminé là, si elles commencent au Nigeria en première mi-temps, je pense qu'on peut, parce que quand je vois le Nigeria jouer, c'est pas une faute de guerre. Je suis désolée. C'est pas ce qu'on attendait. Et, sauf s'il y a autre chose qui peut jouer à notre défaveur au Nigeria, je vous assure on pourrait leur damer le pion au Nigeria avec cette façon de jouer.
D'accord, Armande, le temps pour nous de rappeler les autres résultats des matchs qui se sont déjà disputés aujourd'hui entre la Tanzanie et l'Afrique du Sud. La Tanzanie est donc tombée 0 but contre 3 en match aller de ce troisième tour éliminatoire devant l'Afrique du Sud. Le Ghana également est tombé devant la Zambie 0 but contre 1. Et le Maroc a pris le dessus sur la Tunisie 2 buts à 1 en attendant les autres résultats. Et on rappelle que si le Cameroun vient à bout du Nigeria au match au retour, le Cameroun pourrait assurément rencontrer l'Afrique du Sud, un autre gros morceau du football féminin en Afrique. Vous parliez tout à l'heure des joueuses qui ont surpris pendant cette rencontre, mais moi j'ai eu un petit souci avec avec Grace Ngopiango, qui pour moi aurait pu avoir un carton rouge, et ça pouvait être difficile pour le Cameroun si le milieu souffre.
Déjà, c'est son retour en sélection. Parce qu'il faut dire que depuis que Monique Ngop est arrivée en sélection, Yango voit du feu un peu avec la sélection. Elle revient aujourd'hui, je crois qu'elle a joué avec beaucoup de pression. Et puis, elle a pris sur elle aborde le dos, ça dit beaucoup. Ça dit long, oui. Elle a joué avec beaucoup de pression, et en voulant trop faire, en voulant trop bien faire, elle a eu à faire trop de fautes. Il faut rappeler que c'est aussi une combattante. Du coup, pour moi, elle aurait pu sortir depuis la première mi-temps parce que déjà, ça ne donnait pas trop. On avait malheureusement la joueuse qui pouvait la remplacer et qui allait jouer ce rôle-là, c'était Omboudou. Et on connaît dans quelles circonstances elles sont arrivées au Cameroun. On était obligé de faire avec Yango à ce poste-là, parce qu'il y a des postes sur lesquels on ne tâtonne pas. On ne joue pas au tiercé. C'est soit c'est ça, soit ce n'est pas ça. Du coup, Yango était là, on a dit, ok, on va faire avec tes défauts et tes qualités. On ne peut pas venir mettre quelqu'un... Peut-être, c'est pas comme si elle n'est pas prête, mais on n'a pas travaillé ensemble et un système tactique avait déjà été mis sur pied. On devait travailler avec ce qui a été mis sur pied.
Est-ce que vous pensez qu'il y a eu communication entre Lamine Mana et Brenda Tabé? Vous pensez qu'il y a eu communication entre ces deux choses?
Possible communication, but I won't speak much of communication. I think understanding in executing the strategy of Coach Bissek on the pitch, because remember, in football, in terms of involvement, in terms of animation in the pitch, every players that got in have a role to play and have certain instructions that are given to them. And I think when you look at Lamine and you look at Brenda Tabe, you could tell that the Nigerian defense had a little bit of a difficulty. That pressure was coming because, you know, you had people that were physically present, and then you had the technicality of Aboudi Ngene that added more pressure. That's why I was analyzing and saying that if we had the team that we had in the second half, in the first half, Cameroun would have led in this game, because that's the essential, that's the stakes. You know, and having said that, Esther, I really want to make sure that each time we see a Cameroonian team play we have to see that fighting spirit in them. In the first half, we did not really see that.
Yeah, it's true.
And in the second half, we saw some resiliency. And I'm happy that Aman was talking about that because it's something that we can capitalize on.
Peut-être elles sont sorties parce que les Nigérians ont essayé de bousculer aussi la deuxième
On a
période.
vu une Meillon qui a porté l'équipe sur elle. Elle était plus distributrice. Elle était présente dans le jeu.
Oui, ça a changé.
Ça s'est ressenti au niveau des passes reçues par Lamine Mana, Gabriel Aboudi. Je crois que sur les actions concrètes qu'on a eues, ce sont des passes de Meillon.
Antoinette, we saw that Oshola Player of the Year was being pinned down by the Indomitable Lionesses, especially the defense that was on the alert.
Vous savez, Oshola, c'est ce genre de joueuse qui est sûre de faire quelque chose. Et quand elle retrouve, il y a de la résistance.